You know the exact moment. You've just spent 20 minutes pureeing vegetables. You hand over the spoon, and your 9-month-old locks eyes with you, then smiles and purposefully tosses their peas straight onto the kitchen floor. It can be incredibly frustrating. In the moment, this feels like calculated defiance. You just told them no throwing, and now you're staring at a massive mess you have to clean up. But your baby is actually executing a critical phase of neurological development. Right now, your baby is undergoing a massive biological construction project called brain architecture. Every squished pea and tossed spoon contributes to the more than 1 million new neural connections forming every single second. This high chair functions as a neurobiological laboratory. Seeing the mess through this lens changes your role from a disciplinarian to a witness of early science. To even reach this stage, your baby had to hit several major physical milestones. By 6 to 9 months old, they've developed the core stability to sit upright independently, and their primitive reflexes have integrated enough to let them safely handle and explore food. When they get their hands on their meal, they begin a massive tactile data-gathering mission. Squishing and mashing those textures allows the brain to map out how different materials behave under pressure. Then comes the drop. This deliberate release of food acts as a spatial trial. This diagram shows what the brain is actually calculating. As the spoon falls, the baby's visual system traces the trajectory. They are observing the force of gravity, watching how fast the object moves, and tracking where it lands. And when the spoon vanishes beneath the tray, they are practicing object permanence. They are learning that even though they can't see the spoon anymore, it still exists on the floor. To confirm the result, they repeat the action. Each repetition serves as a new data point, compounding the data and solidifying the concept of cause and effect within their developing brain. Every splatter of pureed carrots and every clang of a dropped bowl is your baby systematically mapping the physical laws of their environment. But the physics test is only half the experiment. Once that food hits the floor, the baby immediately looks up at you. The physical experiment is complete, and the social feedback loop begins. This triggers a mechanism known as serve and return. These back-and-forth exchanges are the primary biological mechanism through which the brain learns to process social information. The serve is the drop and the stare. By throwing the food and locking eyes with you, they are testing human behavior to see how their environment responds. The return is your response. When you sigh, pick the item up, or change your facial expression, you are providing the exact data the baby requested. They are learning to read your cues and match them to their own actions. These synapses multiply as a direct result of this feedback. Each return you provide strengthens the neural connections necessary for communication and social skills. Participating in this social loop wires the baby's brain for future communication and helps them begin to develop emotional self-regulation. If parents consistently interrupt these experiments out of frustration, they risk reducing the serves a child initiates. Restricting this exploration can bottleneck sensory and motor development. Without the freedom to touch and engage with their environment, a baby has fewer opportunities to practice the skills that build cognitive health. Allowing this messy play supports the emergence of executive function and fine motor control. The struggle to pick up a slippery piece of fruit helps build the hand strength required for the pincer grasp and, eventually, writing. When the peas hit the floor, try to reframe the moment. Participate in the serve and return by naming the objects they drop. This supports their curiosity while they test their boundaries. Messy eating represents the vital work of a brain learning to map its environment and its relationships.